Hello, my friends. It's your friend Kevin. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining me on this Divine Daily Blast. I am really, truly grateful that you're here with me and I'm here with you and we're doing the woo woo together. So, with that all said, let's get on with our Divine Daily Blast for today. All right, so for those who want to know, this goes out on the day that I actually record it, make it. I sit and meditate and do my gratitude journal every morning early, and then, edit what needs to be edited and then pop it up there on the tube. Uh, but it doesn't matter when you watch one of these, there is something in all of them. Um, in my thumbnails, I put up the top left hand corner, there's like a star and a number, and that's the number of videos I've actually posted since I started doing this some over 4 years ago now. Um, and I found it interesting when I first got going, reading these cards and understanding divination, how it works, the vibrational energy that runs through all of us in all ways and all things in all directions, that it was ringing true with what was going to occur. But what I really enjoyed and I still appreciate was how I can change my perception and change my vibration and change my thinking and change my feeling about anything that might be going on. Um, it was subtle, it was gradual, and I don't even know why I'm telling you all this. I think for those who are coming to the channel brand new and don't quite understand how all this works, I didn't in the beginning, but somehow all of it comes together. All right, so with that said, enough already. Let's get into starting off with the angel numerology number 5 right here. I give it the name of adventure because number 5 energy, when you think of angel numbers and then numerology, literally translates into the fact that changes are coming. Changes are on the way. It's a bit like giving a heads up, a little bit like a news flash. This is what's going to happen. Well, not what, but it is happening. Well, some of you might say, well, yeah, changes is always happening. However, the number 5 day or the number 5 energy will slide in at a different point in our lives, in our months. It comes around probably about every 10, 12 days if you count the 10, the 22 and the 11 numbers. But in all honesty, this number 5 is basically a spiritual adventure number, a number that is encouraging all of us to be dynamic, sensual, spiritual, and very curious. We should be a visionary. We should be looking at things in a brand new way. We should be shedding light on situations, people, stories, stuff that is really getting a bit boring. Well, why is it significant? Well, because we're coming to the end of 2024. And interestingly, or not, however you look at it, we've got a brand new moon in the sign of Capricorn that's happening. If you're in New York or the eastern US, which I am, comes up at 5:30 this afternoon. If you're in London, it's going to come up at 11:30 tonight. If you're in Sydney, Australia, it's already happening. If you're in Los Angeles or California, it's coming up at 2:30 this afternoon. The point I'm making with all of that is a brand new moon in Capricorn offering brand new opportunities for goals, dreams, wishes to occur on a number 5 angel numerology day, which is saying, let's just get a plan in place that we know it works. I was sitting here thinking before I got on here, well, how does that apply to me? And the answer I got from spirit guides, angels, as I did my gratitude journal was, well, you do tend to sabotage anything that's going great. And we're telling you that things are going really well and you're doing really, really well and you're on your pathway for doing really, really well, yet you don't believe it. So there's my message. The changes are coming and I've got to invest in the belief of it. I think that would apply to you. Moving away from the numbers, here's what my affirmation says from the worthybook.com little pad I got in the last subscription box. I am open to the beauty and wonder of every day. That in itself, adopting that every day, is a change. My isms, which I come up with and choose, is I am perfection unfolding. I already got it. I already have it. But I'm also unfolding more and more and more of it. My friend Joanna Fantasies, who's a friend of the channel, she came up with I am intentional and clear. I am manifesting my desires with ease and joy. Why in the world we would manifest our desires with difficulty and challenges, I really don't know. So that makes sense to me. I am in deliberate creation mode. If we're not creating something on purpose, then we're doing it according to somebody else's creation. Create something on purpose. Do it on purpose. You put flowers in the garden. If you're just plonking them any old which way, I'm sure they're going to come up and they're going to look lovely and they're going to be fine. It's a bit like cooking. If you decide you're going to make some soup, but you're not really paying attention to what goes in the pot, well, who knows? It's probably going to taste all right, or it could be like, I don't know what this is, but you weren't paying attention. So being in deliberate creation mode means create with an intention. If it's clearing out things that you don't need and you don't want that aren't serving you, choose what is the absolute worst, or what is the absolute easiest, or what is the least impactful thing I can do, and then go for it. All right. From the Angel Affirmation deck by Radley Valentine, which I like to pull every day just to give me a little bit of a spoonful of spiritual sugar, it is a message from Archangel Samuel. And he says that as the Archangel of personal and global peace, I can bring you to a place of serenity, no matter the source of your unease. And then over here we have, I am deserving of peace, harmony, and tranquility. Oh, I am deserving of peace, harmony, and tranquility are mine. Even if you just say that a few times and keep going, even if you buy this whole deck and pull a card of the day for you and some friends, it's perfect. Our Divine Master of the Week from the Oracle deck by Kyle Gray and images by Jennifer Hawkyard, we've got the Vajra Yogini. Now, this one was a goddess in both the Hindu and the Buddhist traditions. She encourages us through the third eye vision right there to look at things differently, but also if we've got some fear coming up, if we're worried, particularly if you're going to have these awkward conversations, turn around, face the fear, and put pay to whatever awkward conversation you've got. Give Vajra Yogini, imagine that she's one of the gods that's coming in and saying, listen, I got to give you this awkwardness. I have to help you, have to help me transcend it. Facing fear leads to fearlessness. So embrace the power that you've got to be able to do it. How many of us have walked the halls and had imaginary conversations that we believe will be awkward, and then the person shows up and says, what are you so worried about? What are you so bothered about? Then we blurt it out thinking, oh my goodness, this person's going to think this, think that, do this, do that. It's going to be a mess, blah, blah, blah. And it isn't. The truth, the inside truth, the spiritual truth is always going to have a way to set us free. All right. The other group of people that are with us all week long, or the Angelic Activation, which is another deck by Kyle Gray, I like. These images are by Jessica Tumanello. Is really universal energies. You could say they were the star beings, but basically it's an indication that as we shed some of this year, some of these feelings, some of these awkwardness, some of the negativity that's going on, as we sort of push it away, push it aside, we get lighter, we get brighter, we ascend further. And your activation affirmation, I support myself in the process of ascending. Now, ascending means getting lighter. Doesn't mean you're going to die. Just means you're going to get lighter. You're going to ascend towards more of a spiritual way of understanding, less of the mundane pushing and shoving, more of the being open to the beauty and the wonder of every single day. That's ascension. And these universal energies are saying the entire planet is ascending. I think the universe is ascending, if I'm honest. I think that all the planets are moving, shifting, shaping, and changing. And we've just, as humans or as spiritual beings, we've got to be open to the adventure of it. Okay, I'm not ignoring you, my two fairy friends, Gertrude and Beatrice. I am not ignoring you. No, no, no. So, oh, okay. They went down into the middle of. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you what they showed me. Gertrude and Beatrice are in the front of, or at least what I believe is a potting shed. Now, many of you who are not part of England, maybe you do know what a potting shed is. A potting shed typically is a little wooden structure where the beginning of the year, I remember my caregivers, elders, if you will, particularly my dad, will go down the potting shed and start, sorting out the little pots, what he was going to put in seeds, seed starters, that kind of thing, and get ready for like winterizing, or even in spring, get ready for what he was going to plant. Anyway, so Gertrude and Beatrice are in this potting shed sorting through what it is they want to share with you. What are they sharing? And Gertrude she's got like a gardener's apron on. She's got her spade and a little hand tool spade in one hand and a little rake thing in the other hand. And she says she's tending to the garden of adventures, making new pathways in your life. She got some stepping stones. That's Gertrude. Beatrice is helping her because Gertrude's got a plan, and Gertrude's got a plan of where the pathway's going. Beatrice is just saying, "Are you sure? Is that where you want it to go? Is that where you're doing it?" So I feel like this is the two sides of our brain. And let's see if this tarot card that I'm going to pull, that one, okay, is going to match what they're doing. Because sometimes when the fairies come, they have a distinct message, and sometimes they don't. But what this is basically telling me is they're helping us. They're helping us bring us the tools. They're helping us create the vision that we want to create. That's what this means. Well, look, this is too crazy. Oh, my Lord. Thank you. All I got to say is thank you. Look, here we got the woman who's planting the seeds in her garden. She's got her watering can. She's got the dirt going. Archangel Gabriel brought that message. And so, I love it. I love how all this comes along. So Beatrice is basically saying, well, what did you expect? You asked us to come in and help you, and we gave you help with the cards, and we took you to the potting shed, and now we're putting the plants in the ground. Maybe that's what you do. Perhaps your adventure is to find an area of your property. Now, if you don't have a garden, you could certainly use a window box, a balcony, or if you know a friend that's got a garden, you could go to them if you thought about growing vegetables this year, if you thought about growing flowers this year. You can even go to a garden center and offer to go help them, go work there, or whatever it is. But seeds well planted, efforts or investments that will be rewarded in the future. This is what this message is about. A time for resting and planning for the future. And it can also mean unnecessary worry. So if you are the kind of person, as my friend Beatrice is the little fairy of reason. Gertrude just says, boobies up and out, let's go do it. That's what oh, I can't believe it. She is just live and let live. She is disco girl on fire. She's like, listen, this is how it's got to be. Have an adventure. What do they call that? I heard it a long time ago in a movie. I'm having a kiki. That's what they say. Let's go have a kiki. Um, Drag queens usually say that, but I put that out there. If you're having a kiki, you're having a little get together, a little fun, a little bit of something. That's Gertrude. Beatrice would be the one that says, "Okay, we can have a kiki with no alcohol." That's what that's what Beatrice would be saying. Um, when you're being adventurous, when you're looking at things in a new way, when you're changing the mundane pattern of stuff, it's up to all of us, myself included. Here's what will happen if you dig into the mundane a bit too much. You're going into the safety zone. When you go into the safety zone, the ego gets to take over. The ego gets to do that thing with you and me and all of us that self-sabotages what's going on. That says, yeah, I'm not good enough. No, I don't think so. Oh, I can't be bothered. That's the ego talking. The adventurous one is the one that will go through the cupboards, that will go through the bookshelf, that will go through the clothes, go through the Christmas decorations. And many of you that celebrate Christmas, that are putting your stuff away after the holidays, think about, as you're putting this stuff away, are you going to want to, are you going to want to pull it all out again next year and do it? Or, like myself, I used to make Christmas villages and put lights in them and have a whole display. I don't know that I want to do that anymore. I think I want to donate, there's a bunch of them, I collected them, to families that might want to get into doing it. They were expensive, but I just think that my life's gone in a different direction now. And I'm looking to do things. I'm looking to simplify things. I'm looking to offload stuff that, you know, really, I got joy from it when I got joy from it, but I've moved on. I've changed. That's another thing you can do with this new moon. Before you go making your dreams and wishes, how have you changed? How have you evolved? How have you moved past even where you were a year ago? What has been the highlight that brought you where you are? These are the things that says you're deserving of peace and harmony and tranquility. Hello, thank you, Radley. Harmony and tranquility are mine. What brings you harmony and tranquility? It's certainly not listening to the claptrap nonsense of self-sabotagation. Makes sense? And we're at 17 minutes into this video, so I'm going to let you go. Pay attention to the week coming up, because that's got a bit of numerology, bit of moon phases, and then a card for each day. And see how today's Daily Blast plays into what was going on for the Tuesday that I pulled yesterday. Until tomorrow, I love you so much and thank you. Like, subscribe, get this out there. Let's keep going. Bye for now.